Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about the Ultimatum Season 2, Episode 7.
Hey, before we get into that, subscribe, like, comment, share, do all of the above. We are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We got a lot of shows that we're going to do for y'all in this fourth quarter of the year. A lot of good shows, and I don't want y'all to miss it. Subscribe. Thank you. Go ahead, Blair.
Okay, so we start with Roxanne and Antonio.
Okay.
Of course, we are into the second trial marriages where everybody's back with their partners.
Everybody's back to their partners.
They're having an intimate night in, and Antonio feels confident that he can plan dates, get roses, do these two things. He feels like he can step up to the plate when it comes to stuff like this.
Oh, my goodness. Now. Get roses? Okay, I feel you.
And Roxanne says that she'll get better at saying, I love you. She says that getting married takes away the look of independence for a woman.
Girl, shut up. Please. Please be quiet. I think it was in this episode, or it was at the end of last episode, when everybody got back together. She said he smelled like Funyuns. Mm-hmm. I'm like...
Yeah, after she smashed.
I'm like, why can't you just say we smashed? But you got to end it on that butt joke. You know what I'm saying? You got to end it with something negative about Antonio. What do you smell like? Mm-hmm. Doritos? You get what I'm saying? like, it doesn't take away your independence. Okay? For one, whatever independence that you have, we haven't seen. The only thing you talk about is your job. Only thing you talk about is how great you are and how little Antonio is. You get what I'm saying? So, like, I don't really understand this tug of war that she's really having with herself.
Really?
You get what I'm saying? Like it's this. I don't even know it, because truth be told, she don't come off as a feminist. That's the weird thing to me. Mm-hmm. I'm like, usually like a feminist who is like who feels that way, or usually I hear this strong but strong independence in women thing and things like that. Mm-hmm. I'm like, usually I hear that from feminists, but it's like a Roxanne, like, no, I am.
She's a Roxanneist.
Exactly. And it's like, it's weird. Uh-huh. It's weird. And your whole example, your whole reasoning is weird to me.
Yeah. And her whole thing about like the look of independence, I don't know why we're worried about the look of something. Like, this is your actual life that you have to actually live. And if you're an independent woman, being married isn't going to take that away. Like, you'll still be that person. So
trust me, you probably be more independent once you get married.
Yeah.
Because guess what? You can't have somebody next to you cleaning the house next to you once you got things to do in a marriage, once there's kids involved and things like that. That's when your independence really have to show up. Mm-hmm. Because I have to trust my partner that this is going to get done. She have to trust me that I'm going to do my part, and I have to trust that she's going to do her part. A lot of things in a relationship ain't going to be done hand in hand.
Right.
A lot of things going to have to come at the end of the night in a meeting, like, hey, did this get done? Was this done? What do you need done
Where
from me?
Where are we at on this?
Exactly. So It's like there's a lot of independence in marriage.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But continue.
Yeah. So Antonio says that you can trust that he'll that within marriage, and this is his speech for marriage, is that he feels that with marriage that you can trust people who are married more, that you think that they're gonna try to do the right things because they have a family and other people to look over and to care for.
Okay.
Yeah. And Roxanne just has worries of him getting his work done and things that he's supposed to get done.
Jesus.
I guess she feels like she has to stand over his shoulder to make sure he does his work. Mm-hmm. Next, we get to Kat and Alex. And Kat, she wants Alex to be more vulnerable and to just improve in his communication. And Alex feels like he has a tough time doing that because he feels like he has to be the strong one in the relationship, because he's saying, you know, I just don't feel like I can open up and be vulnerable because, you know, I would need somebody who would take the reins, who would, you know, be a lot stronger, essentially. So Kat verbalizes saying, like, look, I need you to verbalize that you love me. And for Alex, he says it's just hard for him to show love in a way that he doesn't receive it.
Huh?
But the thing is, I understood him on that, because when I was first reading like the love languages book and things like that, and it was just like, let's say acts of service, and say mine is words of affirmation, right? like, I'm more inclined to tell you I love you and you're doing a great job and you're so handsome and all this type of stuff. But when it comes to acts of service, like, I actually have to put myself into the mindset of, okay, my partner would appreciate this, so let me go out of my norm to do something that they would appreciate.
I agree.
And it takes a little bit more effort, but just a little bit more effort, Alex.
That's what it's just
a little bit more effort. It is out of your norm. It's not something that comes natural, but it just takes a little bit of effort. So
that's all. That's all I was saying.
Yeah,
I was saying, if listen here, I think she was the one who gave him the ultimatum and things like that. Look, man, like, you saw how it was on the other side. You get what I'm saying? I don't think you enjoyed yourself over there, especially near the end. You know, I think you have somebody who's willing to work with you and who's willing to look past your white lies, who's willing to look past your flaws. I think just a little love language, in her form, won't hurt.
Yeah.
Nobody's telling you to change completely who you are, but, you know, just sprinkle it there like seasoning. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, yeah, I understand, but also, like, it goes back to your point. It's the effort. It's the effort, and I think a lot of people will actually appreciate the effort more than actual, like,
succeeding.
Exactly. Yeah. There are a lot of successful, not just relationships. There is a lot of successful relationships that is based off of the effort alone. You get what I'm saying? And that's all people just want to see from their partners, that they're trying.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what Roxanne is missing with Antonio, and I think that's what Alex is missing in Kat. You know what I mean? Like, she granted, she's not all that in a bag of chips. Alex told us that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she tries. And I think she just like, hey, I just want you to try. You know? So, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Next, we get to James and Ryan. And they are at, it looks like some type of winery thing. And James made an effort for them to come out matching to their date today. And Ryan is saying, well, you know, when Trey and I would meet up for dates and we'd be matching, it wasn't planned. It was just natural. We were just so in tune with each other like that.
Okay.
And James does not want to hear all
No,
that.
he ain't trying to hear about no Trey.
He says, don't talk to me about that name. So Ryan, she's saying that she wants to be heard and she doesn't feel like she's being heard about wanting a family and the fact that she wants to be married. And she really feels that she's grown in this process, but she doesn't want James to resent her for possibly holding him back. And that's in regards to career.
That's hard, though.
I mean, even where they live. I mean, it goes deep.
Truth be told, resenting is completely on the person that is resenting. That is their decision.
Yeah, you made this decision.
Yeah, you have to live with.
You got to live with it.
Even at the end, it was proven that it was a bad decision.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying. You have to.
Don't blame the other person.
Yeah, you have to let it go.
Yeah,
blame yourself. You get what I'm saying. If you go blame anybody, me honestly, I wouldn't blame nobody because, you know, it's life, and you just can't worry and think about the plays you missed. You get what I'm saying? Because that distracts you from the plays you can make.
Yeah.
You know, so it's based on that. And I understand Ryan fearing that, but it's not on Ryan. It's not Ryan's responsibility to worry about that.
Right.
Yeah.
And James, his primary focus is Ryan. All he wants is Ryan, and he's not concerned about anything else instead of her.
Yeah.
At this point. And Ryan makes it clear that I need you to make me your top priority, just like I do for you. And if you don't do that, then she's gone. She's out of here.
I don't believe her. I don't believe her. I think that's all talk. I really do. I really think that's all talk. That's 7 years. That's 7 years. And for women, that's 14 years in women years. So, like, she's not just leaving James. James did not just end up this way. You get what I'm saying? I think she's going to stay with James. And it's up to James to change and to show and to value Ryan and everything that comes with that and marriage, you know? So, yeah.
Yeah. Next, we get to Raya and Trey.
Oh, boy.
Trey's sitting on one side of the couch. Raya's sitting on the other side of the couch, far as hell apart. And then Trey says, Raya, can you come here? Just come closer. And she comes closer, but she's like, you know, I'm still trying to get over the fact that you caught feelings for this other girl.
Oh, no,
and
not
I don't know
Raya.
how move past it and everything.
Not Raya, not Raya, the one that needs who needs physicality.
Yes,
not Raya who need hugs and hand holding and things like that, and like a little sex. Not Raya, but Raya said she wanted to talk about sex, but I think James think I'm talking about sex, even though I kind of was talking about sex, but not really.
Yeah,
but Trey,
yeah,
you're not even a day in, man, and this is complete. It's like night and day. Now y'all on opposite ends of the couch. Y'all might as well be sitting on separate chairs. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, look.
But go ahead, continue.
So Trey asked Ryan, like, what did you learn about marriage? And Ryan's saying, well, Trey, you never really took the time to ask me what I felt about marriage or what marriage looked like to me. But she says that now she knows she wants to be married and she wants to have children as well.
Okay.
And then Raya brings something up that starts another argument, that she wants to live in the city for a year.
Continue. I'm not gonna cut you off. Continue.
Trey says, I'm not going to be doing anything without a plan. So you're going to have to come to me with a plan. Not just we're living in the city for a year. He even tries to try to find ways to compromise with her, like saying, well, how about I just get the family stuff in order and situated, like the house, while you go live in the city and, do whatever it is that you need to do in the city.
And stop right there. Right there. Ryan just told you about that, Trey. Stop being weak. What do you mean? Like, you live in the city and I do all the work?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? We get engaged and things like that, and I do all the heavy lifting. I do all this stuff, and baby, you get the party. What are you talking about?
Right.
That's a sign of weakness. Like, no. Like, let your no mean no. Like, we're not doing that. We need a plan.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then, since it was her idea, why are you coming up with the plan? Let her come up with the plan. But what did she say after that compromise that Trey tried to do?
She doesn't want to do long distance, and she tells Trey that, look, wherever you want to go, I'll go, except for where they're currently at. But she said, wherever you go, I'll go with you. I don't know why you can't just come with me to the city. And she doesn't want to keep compromising and doesn't want him to keep compromising. She's like, how much compromise is needed in a relationship?
Every day.
And she's over compromising.
Listen here. Let me teach you something about compromise, right? Let me give you just a little behind the scenes of relationships and how different two people are. I don't have to talk. That don't mean I'm mad at anybody. I can literally live a monk lifestyle. I can live a life of silence. If my lady is not here, I will not hear the sound of my voice because I have no reason to talk. You get what I'm saying? Unless I'm on the phone, and more times than not I'm texting. Unless I'm outside, and more times than not I look mean so nobody's talking to me. But what's the compromise? We are together.
Yeah.
She says good morning. She says, hey. She talks. You know what I mean? What do Raya means that she's tired of compromising? She's tired of him compromising, and how much compromise is in a relationship every day, all the time, 365 days a year?
It's compromise.
Like it's at 52 weeks and 52 weeks. It's compromise. But the problem that I have with you, Raya, is you're giving Raya. I'm gonna tell you what you're giving me. You're giving me self-sabotage. I know deep. Because your request makes no sense. It literally doesn't even equate in the equation that you're in now. So you are the one that wants to live in the city. You don't have a stable job. You don't have a stable career. I don't know about your 401k. I don't know if they have one. But yet you want to tell the guy that has the stability, that has the plan, that has the house, that has the career, that has the income, you should give that up and move in the city with me.
To do what, Raya?
That is self-sabotaging.
What are we doing there?
That's like me asking Blair, I want you to be able to fly. Oh my God, you can't fly? It's like, what grown-up would do that? Just for the hell of it. Sell my place, and then we live in the city. Now what? Are you gonna help me save the money to move back into the suburbs when you're ready to move back? And who to say that if I do this, that's the problem with Trey that Ryan was trying to tell him, but she didn't tell him directly. who to say that if you continue to do what Raya says, even if it's a bad idea, which most of the time it is, okay, I don't want to live in Georgia no more. I don't want to live in Florida no more. I don't want to live in New York no more. Now she's making you unstable now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You are the stability. You are the decision maker. You have to live in that role and not let nobody make you feel bad about that role. Because what happens is eventually people grow up.
Yeah.
And eventually people see, ooh, when I was 23, 24, I can see I was tripping.
I was all over the place.
Exactly. Thank you for being that rock. Thank you for bearing with me while I was going through my growing pains. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to all of a sudden you become unstable. She grows up and she's like, oh my goodness, he's unstable. You
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, no, Trey, stop with this fake compromising requests, and you over here thinking of plans like you live in the city, I'll be home and I'll be a stay-at-home husband, but really you never come home. I don't know what you're doing in the city. It's just giving like there's a certain lifestyle that she sees for herself that is like she want to live the life. I want to be in the city.
I mean, I really feel like with Raya, she hasn't had enough life experience as an adult.
Yeah.
That's how it comes across. That maybe, and I think they do say she didn't go to college. It seems like her adult youth years has been in a relationship.
Okay.
So I think maybe she does need to be single as an adult, live a little bit, see what it's like. It seems like she wants to experience that. And then maybe when she's done living that life, then she can go get married and all this other stuff. I just feel like she's very inexperienced and needs to live a little bit more
that's true.
To figure out what she wants.
That's
and
right.
It sucks that Trey isn't hearing that and really digesting that, and he's just like, well, we're just going to find a way to fit you into my vision.
Yeah. You're right.
And it's like, are you listening to her? Like she it sounds like she needs to be single and she needs to live on her own, but at the same time she doesn't have the finances. I don't know. I'm not going to try to make sense of Raya because what Raya says doesn't make sense.
Oh, trust me, there's more things about them two that is gonna be a lot to talk about. But yeah, baby, you're right.
Yeah. So moving on to Kat and Alex.
What's up, Kat?
So Kat is with her friends. They're meeting up, and Kat is saying that she is hoping that the changes from Alex are permanent. And if he doesn't make those permanent changes, she really doesn't know what she'll do, I guess, regarding opening up, being more vulnerable in that way. And the friends are telling her not to wait around and move on if he doesn't change. Then who comes up? Alex. So we're all here. The gang's all here. And Alex is talking about his experience. And the friends are asking, well, what do you want? Do you have an answer for yourself? Do you want to be with Kat? Do you want to marry Kat? And he says that he requires more time. He needs more self-reflection to come to an answer. And the friends really want him to make a decision. One of the friends says she doesn't feel like he's ready, so she doesn't like him.
Wow, that's fair though.
Yeah,
that's fair though, because the friends kind of get the behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure there's some things Kat said, and it's probably not trashing him per se, but just tired of the process. You get what I'm saying? Just venting to your friend, and sometimes, depending on how long you've been with that friend and how long you actually known that friend really sees you for who you are because they know you better.
Yeah.
You know? And they could be like, listen here, I don't think, if he ain't gonna do it, I don't think you deserve this because I know you, I've been around you, we grew up together. So I really don't see a problem with what Kat friend said.
Yeah. Next, we get to Roxanne and Antonio.
What's up, Roxanne and Antonio?
Antonio tells her, I love you. I love you, baby.
I love you, baby.
Roxanne says, mm-hmm.
Oh, my gosh. Is that grounds for a breakup?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
So if you told me I love you and I don't say it back.
I don't think you remember. I used to tell you I loved you before we would hang up on the phone and you wouldn't say it back. I just hang up the phone.
I didn't say bye when I hung up the phone back in the day.
So that's what I'm saying. I think that sometimes people need to...
That's different, though, because...
change their ways a little bit.
To me, and this just wasn't a relationship thing, there's not a person that I talk to on the phone that says bye. Not one person. I say my last sentence. They say their last sentence.
You say I.
I said I. And then I hang up the phone. You get what I'm saying? I don't even answer the phone hello. You know what I'm saying? You hear how I answer the phone with like my sister every day.
Yeah.
But the reason why I asked that, not based off of just a random, I'm talking about put yourself in their premise. Antonio doesn't feel valued. Antonio doesn't feel respected. Antonio just got told by some strangers and a stranger mama that you are the whipping boy. You are a loser. You are the butt of everybody jokes. You are Roxanne's footstool.
Yeah.
And he's there like, I love you. And she doesn't say anything.
Yeah, I'll answer that and I'll say no. I feel like this is a new thing that they're trying to implement in their relationship. She said she's going to try to get better at it. So I think this would be the time to call her out and say, I said I love you. I need you to say it back.
Yell it at her.
Yes. And I feel like if things don't change from there, like this is a new thing that Roxanne is saying that she's going to try to improve on. So if I feel like in a relationship, if you're working on something new, give the other person some time to acclimate, call them out when they're sliding back. And if it's too much, then peace out. But I say give it the try.
Right. Women are so gracious, man. Y'all are so good. Y'all.
Well, you would say wrap it up?
Like I'm already feeling like in the slumps. Yeah. Like and I'm not trying to do the stereotypical thing. I'm really not trying to be like this like men role, women role thing. But it's not very often you hear guys say it first.
Yeah.
Like a guy don't really put himself out there to be rejected that viciously. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
like many times than not, the woman's the one that's open and the one to be like, I love you and express how they feel because y'all are better at it. So I feel like for him to put himself out there on that island and for her to not receive that and to basically like just stare him down, I'm like, how does he recover from that? Because I know even though he may not show it, I know his self-esteem is affected by what Alex told him.
Yeah.
I know his self-esteem is affected by what Kat and like the mother told him. So, and based on everybody before them told him. So
and what Roxanne be saying to his face.
Exactly. Jesus. So I don't see how he is still willing to fight. You get what I'm saying? And maybe I'm putting my own standards and things like that. Maybe that is what people with low self-esteem do. You get what I'm saying? It's like, hey, I'm going to abuse you 9 times out of 10, but that one time it kind of make you it kind of make you think it's worth it. But really, I be really beating you up upside your head 9 times out of 10. You know what I mean? So like I said, maybe you're right, man. Yeah. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well, she eventually says, I love you too, but she says it as a question. I love you too. Like, is that what you're trying to make me say? And she's like, I don't need to.
Stop. Don't play me. Don't gaslight me. Don't act like you never seen anybody say I love you and then I love you too. That's why I'm like leave her because she's playing you. She's trying to play this like, are you trying to get it like I love you? No, I'm trying to get a grocery list. like that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
because she is demeaning you.
Yeah.
Whenever chance she get, even when you give her flowers and tell her I love you, there's nothing more chivalrous than a man telling you I love you. You get what I'm saying? But you rather a door open, you rather a business plan, you rather a PowerPoint, you rather a TED talk. But I'm actually giving you me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And then you over here like are you trying to get and I love you? Continue, Blair. My fault. All right.
Yeah. And she says, I'm not going to say I love you just because you said it. And I'm like, why not?
Okay.
Why not just say it because he said it? I mean, you mean it.
She don't mean it.
It's a fact.
It's not a fact.
So just say it.
She ain't going to say it.
Right. Maybe because she don't. Alex says, like, I need to hear how you feel about me. And he feels that he's not good enough for her.
You do. What do you mean you need to hear how she feel about you? You do.
Exactly. You're not listening.
You just think everybody lying. You know what I'm saying? She tells you clearly. She tell you so much. She tell everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she tells you what she feels about you. She even tells you what she feels about you in nonverbal actions. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Blair.
Then she gets into this spiel about how she's in a different era in her life. Like there's different leagues and levels, and that she's more established.
It just hit me. You know what she talks like? She talks like the MLM meetings. Like who says I'm in a different era in my life? You get what I'm saying? Like who talks like that?
Yeah.
It be those people that be selling lotion for puppies.
Yeah.
That like be doing those type of stuff. People that be like, dude, you know, you have that friend that be like, hey man, I got this business opportunity for you, man. Just come with me. And just because that's your friend, you be like, I got you. I'm coming through. And then he tell you to wear some hard bottoms. You like, okay, I wear some hard bottoms. I wear some dress shoes or something like that. And then next thing you know, you realize the meeting is at a Sheraton hotel, and then that's when y'all up in the conference room. It's a PowerPoint, and this guy comes out and he basically preached to you for an hour and a half, and then he basically said, "I need a $600 deposit.
Yes,
if you want to get into the new era of your life, give me $600." You know what I'm saying? So she talks like she's MLM. You get what I'm saying? What do you mean you're in a new era of your life? Continue, Blair. Tell me what you mean by that.
She means that she is more established. She's got her financials together. She is a boss business woman. And if he wants to date some 20-something-year-olds, maybe they'll accept less. And she says, you know, I love you, but my mind is just in a different place. And Alex says that he has made a lot of changes and she doesn't value or understand them. That is correct, Alex. You need to move off of that understanding.
Yeah, please.
Because although I do agree, give people some time to work out, you know, whatever new thing that they agreed to. Mm-hmm. But Roxanne is just so hell-bent on just being so independent and single. Mm-hmm. Set her free. Let her be that woman.
If you don't want me, then don't talk to me.
Let's not look at the look of independence. Be independent.
Please.
Go do your thing, sis.
Mm-hmm.
So we move on to James and Ryan. And they're in the apartment having a conversation. Apparently, Ryan was tapping her fingernails on the table, and James said that triggered him. And he said, like, look, fast hand movements and things like that, like, reminds me of how my mom used to get angry with me, so I need you to not do that. And then Ryan says that you need to move on because it also affects my life. Like, you need to get a handle on all of this.
Okay.
And James is talking about, well, you know, I have PTSD. Like, I went through some traumatic stuff. You can't tell me to just get over it. And Ryan's like, you need to go to therapy. I mean, you need to get help. Get help for yourself because this is affecting my life. It's not just you. Mm-hmm. So James eventually apologizes, and they move on from that moment.
Was this the big argument?
Yeah, in the apartment.
Yeah, this was an argument where they was arguing for like 4 hours.
Yeah. Question:
Do you think Ryan was right about that?
Absolutely.
In her approach?
No, but I think they were both heated. But okay. No, I don't think her approach was great. But I felt like she was taken off guard because I think she was just talking and being normal. And then he gets angry and is like, don't do that. And she's just like, what the hell are you talking about? Mm-hmm. And that put her on defense because it's like, why are you yelling at me? Mm-hmm. So did she... No, but I felt like it was appropriate for the moment. What did you think?
I would say a little bit insensitive, but that it's crazy. Even though insensitive can be seen as a negative thing, I don't think it negatively affected their relationship. There's certain arguments that you can have in year 7 in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? That you really can't have in year 1 because y'all haven't affected each other that much in year 1, even year 2 maybe. Because
you don't really know how much they care,
exactly,
or like whatever the case is.
But it's like there's no time there. So even in year 1, you don't really affect each other's life. Maybe year 2, but I wouldn't even go that because they've been together for 7 years, and the goal for them is to be married. I think her insensitivity, even though it was wrong, I could kind of see her point of like, hey, I want to spend my life with you, but this trauma thing, your trauma thing is about to become our trauma thing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes there's no nice way to say direct things. You know, like you said, maybe her emotions of being on the defense affected the way that she approached the conversation. But it definitely was one of those, like, trust me, man, everybody goes through it in their relationship. where they start at 2:00 they start at 10:00 at night, and it's 4:00 in the morning, and nothing's done. You just basically just getting everything out.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And maybe this is a plus. Maybe he will get the help and things like that. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. We are back to Raya and Trey.
I'm tired of them.
And we are meeting up with Raya's sister. And Raya's sister is saying that her and her sister are both very independent, and it's tough for them to be dependent on a guy.
Raya's doing that right now. Like, what do you mean it's hard for her to be independent on a guy?
To be dependent, yeah.
Oh, I mean to be dependent on a guy. Mm-hmm. That's literally what she's doing right now.
Yeah, she is being dependent, but she still wants to have
the look of independence,
the say of whatever. So Trey is sharing that he had an emotional connection with Ryan, but he loves Raya. He still wants to move forward and marry Raya. Mm-hmm. And the sister actually respects his honesty. She's like, you didn't have to say that. Mm-hmm. She respects his honesty. So Raya, she says that she couldn't get married to him because he wasn't pleasing her. They're talking about their sexual relationship. And that was a big issue for them. But it is slowly improving. And
what is wrong with Trey? I mean, maybe that's the wrong question. What's right with Trey?
What do you like about Trey, Raya?
Now his stroke game is weak. Mm-hmm. It's like, okay, what about what is the positives about you, Raya? Mm-hmm. What is your sex game like? I'm not asking for myself.
Yeah.
I'm not even asking for the audience. I'm just like now I just feel like you're throwing low blows at him now. Mm-hmm. Now you're literally attacking his manhood.
Yeah, and that's what her sister was saying before, that she couldn't get wet, but it's better now.
Like, you're attacking his manhood.
Yeah, for what?
For what? That makes no sense. This your man. Mm-hmm. So why are you like, something's just for us, man. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And you attacking his manhood, and guess what? I can't feel sorry for Trey continuously, because Trey allowed himself to be put in these situations. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Like you don't have to stay here. You don't lose anything by leaving Raya at this point.
Nah,
you don't even lose time. Mm-mm. You actually save time. Mm-hmm. But continue.
Yeah. And Raya, of course, is still stuck on the fact that he's got feelings for Ryan. And her sister is saying, like, look, he came into the experience to give it his all, which he did. Mm-hmm. And he ended up falling for someone in the experience, and he told you the truth. And the sis says, you just need to find a way to forgive him.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and move on.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Next, we have Ryan and James. Mm-hmm. And James is sharing his self-harm past with Ryan, talking about how the mom was always making it so he didn't have anyone to talk to with her work schedule and just not being around.
Yeah.
And also about his dad's death and how that impacted him. So,
is it fair to say it impacted you at age when you really never met him?
Yeah, I think a parent's death can definitely impact you if you've never met them.
Okay.
I feel like as you go through different stages in life, you see how maybe other people's parents step up for them, or how they have two parents, and then there is a longing that you have that you never really got to experience.
The reason why I asked that is I think his mother's absence made his father's death more like bigger than it. I mean, I'm not saying bigger than it was, but like the fact that her absence kind of highlighted his absence because he's by himself.
Yeah.
But he never knew a life with his father.
Yeah.
So he can't really miss what he didn't have, but he can long for something because he missed what he had with his mother because she's always gone. And then that kind of longing for my daddy. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. He often felt like he wasn't ever good enough, and that translated into his relationship with Ryan and feeling that he could never be good enough for Ryan. And he didn't want her to see him as weak. He always knew he wanted to marry her, but he's just been really scared.
Okay.
Yeah. And the thing is, Ryan, she is very, she's very there for him. She starts to cry. Like, she is feeling the impact of what he's saying. And Ryan is saying that she's sad that she's been here this whole time and she didn't know that he was going through all of that. and is just really wants him to know that you don't have to do all of this alone. Like, I'm here to help you. So that was in episode 7. That was a good ending. I'm glad that he got to share that with Ryan. And Ryan never seemed to me that she would look at him like he was weak or anything like that. That really was his own fears. But I do really feel like James needs to go seek some help. Not only because of how it's impacting his relationship in ways, but just for yourself, like, really get to a good space, not just like act like you're okay if you're not okay. Like be okay.
Yeah. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that review. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the episode, and we will be back with the next episode. Y'all be good.